Are we live yet? Anybody know? I think we have 20
No,
seconds left.
I don't think we're live at all yet. The countdown hasn't ended. I'm pretty sure that we're not live until the numbers stop rolling, and nobody can hear us talking at all.
That's good because
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, everybody, we're back.
hey everyone.
Welcome to Points of Articulation. I had some banners. Where are they? Oh, man. Okay.
well, I'd say you made a really
I'm really
use one of
prepared
mine.
for this.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Welcome to your master class in customization.
Master.
Joining us today is Dan from Dandy 1981.
Good
Hey,
evening.
Dan.
Dino from Geek Strong.
Pew, pew.
Oh, he didn't do his whistle today. And not joining us is Josh from Cap Cave. Maybe he'll jump in a few minutes. He might just be running a little bit behind. And of course, you're on my channel, HeyVern over at Oakhurststudios. And oh, there he is. It's Josh from the Cap Cave.
In high def. Look at that camera.
Wow,
paint on
look
your
at that.
fingers?
That's fantastic.
Oh, what was
No,
that?
no, not this. I was asking if you had paint on your fingers.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was. What are you trying to feel for?
No,
That's
no,
why
that would have been followed by a.
And as always, we'd like to say hello to everyone in the chat. So far, it's Sean Solo. He turned on the notifications and went right back to work, so he's probably not watching at all.
Notification on. Hopefully, catch you guys.
You got Left Coast Graphics, who's only looking to the left.
What's up, Rick?
Hey, Rick.
That's the Bigfoot side.
G-Force Racing 20. He's saying
G-Force.
hello to everybody before we even got here.
He was.
Force rocks.
Yeah, he was. We need a little video jingle called "Did Vern do his homework?" No. No.
The homework was an
for me.
outstanding project. Come on, man.
Yeah, right.
Andy 1981 is here in the chat and on the show. Oh my god!
Wow.
Trolling.
It's
Pulling
Lobot.
double
Good
duty.
evening. How you doing? And Theygon has joined
Lobot.
us.
Low bar.
So
Big-
Theygon just had his live stream end. I think a couple minutes ago. He was on his channel. He gives us a weekly safety brief. If you guys have not seen it before, you should go over to his channel and check it out.
Definitely.
Safety brief.
Okay, so I am going to make a confession about my homework since it was already brought up. I
Yours
did
is
not
the
do any homework.
What?
Man, you're a horrible student, man.
All right, so what ended up happening? I will tell you. Last time, 2 weeks ago, the homework was vehicle, and I missed the show. My grandkids are here in town. They're here from Seattle, and I just didn't have time because I was spending a lot of time with them, hanging out and stuff like that. But I had originally intended to do like a hang glider for one of my GI Joes. I couldn't get the wiring to work right, so I was never able to put the kite material on it or whatever, and it just wasn't stable. So I had switched over, and the old 12-inch GI Joes used to have these adventure team figures back in like the late 70s, 80s. It was like the hunt for King Tut's tomb or whatever, and then there was like some different ones. There was like a spy, and he had like a jet pack type helicopter backpack. It was like a bulky backpack. It had the two controllers, and then he had like a blade, and I was going to try to recreate that as a last-ditch effort, but I couldn't find my air cartridges that I was going to use to help build the pack, so
Wow.
it will be late.
Those are pretty good excuses.
So one
Very
demerit,
Yeah.
one demerit.
No
So
ducks.
I will lose
No ducks
one
involved in
letter
that one.
grade for every 2 weeks that I'm late.
I feel this is where we needed to have Jim Belushi giving all the excuses to Carrie Fisher and Blues Brothers.
Well, I just wanted to get all the excuses out of the way, right?
It's all good. We understand.
JT is here. Hello.
JT's here.
And they're still here in town, so it's kind of like they're over. I think they may be with my wife at her sister's house, or they may be at my daughter's house right now, like swimming in the pool or something. But
to be determined. You're not sure where your grandchildren
I'm
are at.
not actually sure where they
it.
are right now. All I know is that I said, "Oh, I'm going to be on this live stream today," and they're like, "Okay, see ya."
See you.
They did not want to be a part of it. Michael Reed is here.
Michael?
Here to make work easier. Oh yeah. So Sean is saying, look at the Motley Crew. That was a band, right? But he spelled crew wrong, so he was not around in the 80s. Oh, did you just hashtag me?
Yeah.
The next Vern cast is going to be why I can't finish my homework.
Why I never do my homework. Did I tell you guys about the art class when I took art in like junior high? That I never turned in one assignment?
Oh, yeah. You mentioned, didn't your teacher pass you anyway?
Yeah. So me and a good friend of mine, James, we used to sit in the classroom and draw comic books all period long. And we would do that after school. During lunch, we'd sit in the library and work on our comics and our stories and, all the drawings. And when we were in the art class, there was like a project where it was like, draw this bowl of fruit. Learn how to shade this, draw these things in perspective. And we never did one assignment. And then we just turned in our comics. So we got all these points of extra credit, but we never got any points for the actual assignments.
I love it.
He's going to
I do regret it though, because there were probably so many techniques that I missed out on.
Dino's going to come back with his kindergarten art class.
I do. I actually have my high school art photo. I made of myself.
Oh, that's pretty good. See, you actually did the assignment.
I did. This is when the hairstyle was in.
Wow, what's
Hey,
that?
Vern, you have that, right?
No, I part a little bit off to the
A little
side.
bit.
Yeah, he's got the side part, man.
Now,
why do I get the?
Is that Ralph?
Why do I
Macchio
get
or
the
you?
feeling that Dino would have used the approach of, hey, does anybody need a nude model back in the day to try to pick up?
Yeah, in 1984.
Let me see that picture again, because when I look at it, I'm thinking of a movie called My Bodyguard.
See, I was getting kind of a Napoleon Dynamite vibe. I don't know where you got
What, this?
Well, because the baseball shirt, I'm thinking that movie My Body. Remember, there was a kid. The bigger guy like protected him. They became pals. Everybody thought the bigger guy had done something really bad, and this kid was being bullied, and then he had like the older guy protected him. Do you guys remember that movie?
Is that the movie where he had to like be outside at like 3 o'clock and the whole day was like?
I don't remember.
Clock. I don't know.
I don't know if that was part of it.
Check that one out.
I don't know.
I want to
There was a
think
little
that the guy.
Barbarino going on. I felt.
Yeah.
It's great work, though. I mean, you nailed the. I love the eyes. We were talking about a couple weeks ago how difficult eyes were. I mean, look how level and symmetrical.
I know, right? Look at
You did
that.
a great job, man. You did really, really did.
Well, thank you. I thought you guys were gonna pick on me.
It's later.
JT says it's a police sketch. This is the man they're looking
This is the
for.
man they're looking for. Outstanding, JT. Well done.
Oh my gosh! I'm
Have you
surprised
seen
you
this
didn't
man in
end
the
up
gym?
down at. Gino,
What's
I'm
that?
surprised you didn't end up at Venice Beach doing caricatures for people.
I actually have one of those too. I'll show you next time.
Hey, Cat's here. How you doing?
A cat.
Welcome to the
Get a
show.
copy of that. Put it up in the gym locker room. Have you seen this man?
I think you should scan that picture, put like all the wanted stuff around it, and then make t-shirts.
That'd be cool, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I could sit there and do this.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
All
let's
right.
move on.
Okay.
Right?
What's-
Poem. What did he
What's
say?
the next segment?
What did he say?
Well, I'm sorry I missed a couple of weeks ago. But do you guys want to get into your homework and stuff? Or do you
Sure.
want to talk about
Sure.
something else first?
Well, we can talk about what's Comic-Con's being released. All those. the figures.
I'm gonna go
Talk
first.
about
'Cause
that if you want.
I know Dino and Josh have some awesome stuff, and
So you
Mine
want to
was-
do that first? Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna show my homework first.
Oh, you want to show your homework? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get into the homework. It was freestyle this week, right? Freestyle?
It was.
Yes. Okay. And Dandy 1981. Up to bat. The pitcher's
lamest-
coming up.
My lamest dio ever. I'm gonna take this off
Oh,
here.
come on.
See that? And I can't see what you guys are seeing because I just moved my mouse.
Is that Dino drawing his picture?
That's Dino drawing his selfie there. Yeah.
That is so cool, man. And you made that chair too, didn't you?
I did make the stool, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking like a boring factory setting. I wanted to do something literally lame, like nothing adventurous, just like, somebody sitting at a machine and sitting there watching some buttons, and that was it. It was really just to say that I did
Actually
it.
really
That was-
cool.
It's hilarious. I love it.
That's not lame. That's actually really cool.
I didn't say lame. I said hilarious.
That's hilarious.
No,
Yeah, well, yeah.
he's calling it lame himself. He's like, oh, kind of
Yeah.
lame. But I'm like, no, it's really cool.
We're all our own worst critics.
Yeah.
All right. So,
yeah.
so you didn't tell us what everything was made of.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Sorry. My bad. Let's go with this. All right.
We'll
so
just
this
move on
was-
then.
This was an old PVC pipe. What?
I said we'll just move on.
Must be a
but I was
delay.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
No, just
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah.
This is actually a box, and then I used. You ever seen those little SD card holders, little plastic clear SD card holders?
Yes.
Yes.
The micro SD. That's one of those that I use for the screen. These are just straws with some sandpaper because I wanted to give it they're wrapped with these little strips or sandpaper, so I wanted to give it some texture. And then this little box is just, I don't know, it came out of a model kit, some old war type piece. I think it was an ammo box from like a little teeny tiny model kit. You know what I mean? And then that's just PVC pipe.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Well, you put 5 times as much work into your homework as I did. Okay, who wants to go next?
Good.
I'll go next.
All right.
So mine actually happened by accident. I was doing a video on Jaws figures, and I was going to use a background of like this, just brick cardboard background. But I was like, if I do shark and Jaws and stuff like that, it kind of just doesn't go with the theme of water or whatnot. Not that this does, but I felt it was a little bit better. So after I did the video, I uploaded it to the YouTube. And the next day I was thinking, wait a minute, I used the green. I wonder if I could use the green for like a green screen. So it was actually, I got an app where I was able to add an image to the whole video. So I don't know if you've seen the video yet, but the whole background is like the ocean, like a sunset. And it actually come out really good. That I thought it come out really good. So I was like, well, what if I get images and I try to play with this, because it will enhance my collection on my channel, and it's kind of just a different way to show your collection. Let me show you.
That's on
this.
your channel, right?
Yeah, it's on my. So I do have if you go to Geek Strong, I
Uh-huh.
have a couple of videos up. Only 400
Are they-
videos.
Yeah, just a couple. So is it, how long ago? Oh, the Jaws collection one, or
Yeah, the Jaws
is it a
collection.
short?
What is that? What is that brick wall made out of?
Oh, it's just you know how I made that. Excuse me, how I made that cardboard exorcist house.
Mm-hmm.
So the wallpaper and the floorboards is made out of like that. It's just like a paper stock that they sell at Hobby Lobby. So that's all it is. It's just printed paper that makes it look like brick, and the back is just cardboard.
And then, okay. Now I got
That's
you.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Very creative. Let's take a look at it, Dino.
Yeah, so
Ready?
I just sent you.
Oh, there's no sound. Do you want to narrate? There's
So
your...
yeah, so there's a good image right there. So that was green. That whole background was green originally. So I thought that was pretty cool. A decent way to do a video. What do you think?
That is.
That's good.
Was it a stock photo, did you say, or?
Yeah, that one was actually on the that was on the app, that specific one. But I just sent you a photo, Vern. I shared an image, and this is actually an image that I got online.
You sent it to me on Twitter?
No, just now. It's shared on this.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So in theory, you could use your own picture, though, right?
Yeah. So this is my my own photo.
This is not the shark.
Yeah, but this is what I was doing with green screen. So I'm taking toys or projects that I've made, and I'm putting it with an image and giving it a different background and stuff like that using green screen. So all this is
that looks really good.
Photo green screen.
Is great. Yeah.
That's a great use of it.
I still love that car.
So if you do a stop motion video in front of that green screen, right? You can add in a video background. Yeah.
I think I did. It on the werewolf one. I'm not 100% sure, but I did an American Werewolf for London, and I do have a couple of stop motion, but I'm not sure if the green screen was used. For some reason, the green screen didn't work. It didn't translate well with the figures. It was kind of like taking some of the figure away, but the Jaws one was like flawless. So I don't know if it was my lighting. So I still have to play around with that.
So what happens is with the green screen effect on a lot of the apps, they take all the green out. So like if you saw that one green screen thing I did with that Doctor Strange portal, it changed the color from a bright orange to like some sort of like a dullish orange because it took the green right out of that portal also. And if your action figure has any kind of green in the outfit, like the two colors, like something in green makes this color or whatever, it'll take part of that out and dull it.
I can show you that in a second too. Check out this image here. I like this one. This one come out really good. So if you've seen the movie American Werewolf for London, you know the escalator scene. So I try to recreate that, and I thought this one come out really good. I think the wolf.
That does look good.
And then I have another one I can show you.
You can try getting some rear lighting and putting it like behind the figure to shine just onto the green background, or using like a brighter green, like a more like a neon looking green.
Oh, okay. But you see how the guy laying down, he actually had green pants, so you can actually see how they started fading away.
Yeah.
With the green screen, so it's a fun little project or whatnot, something that I can hopefully learn to do better. And here's a Friday the 13th one using one of the projects that we did. This was the hot glue challenge.
Yep.
So I added that, so you can actually see the base and stuff like that. But
well, you can't.
Just something simple. I figured this would be a little, because my last two projects were pretty time consuming. So this was a good chill project for homework.
Mikey in Houston here says, looks great,
Thanks, Mikey. So, so I think anybody could mess around with this.
Stop playing with yourself. That was my 0.7 seconds. I just dropped it.
So
you have reached the channel of 0.7 seconds pro chat.
Oh, here's
Put
a
the
good
background
one too.
picture on your TV table in front of your toys. Okay, so have you guys ever done this where you, like what Left Coast is saying, and put a figure in front of like your TV to try to take a picture?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I did it a couple of times, but because of the position of my TV, I get glare from the light outside, and it didn't come out very well.
Yeah, that's another good thing to do. But this was for fun, for photo photography type of thing, and
Yeah.
I can take the same image and give it multiple backgrounds if I wanted to. And I thought this was pretty cool because he's still in the plastic case.
Yes.
Oh, he is. I couldn't tell.
Because the plastic is nearly invisible.
I thought you just like Photoshop those
Clint.
weapons hovering there.
Hey, did you guys ever remember that song where remember there was like these songs that came out in the 70s or whatever where they would be like, I'm a roving reporter and I ask a
Yes.
question and they would clip in a song? This
Mr.
one
Jaws,
is
how was
Captain Quint, how do you feel chasing after a great white shark? And he sings like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah. And then he says, Mr. Jaws, how do you feel? Dynamite! I love that one. That one's good. I can't remember. Who was the singer? I think he had a few of them, didn't he?
I don't know. But that is a good technique. If you don't have green screen or background to throw it up in front of a monitor or something, they do turn out pretty good to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks really sharp. Did you take this picture of that sunset?
The sunset was actually in the app.
Okay. So
but I have
the guy who posted it on Flickr is not going to be coming over and saying, hey, you guys are using my picture on your live stream.
It's my sunset.
No, everything except for the Flintstones is from the cartoon, but everything else is from the app. So,
okay, let's see. Rhinestone Cowboy was Glenn Campbell, but I think we're trying to figure out the who did those like roving reporter type songs, right?
Yeah, so I can tell you right now because it was
you're gonna go because you're gonna Google it. That's just cheating.
Well, we're never gonna remember it.
It's the way to do it.
Well, we won't if we don't test our memories. If we just immediately go to our Google to try to look it up,
Dickie Goodman.
That's why it's there.
Dickie Goodman saying it.
Dickie Goodman.
Do you remember having to have conversations with your friends and like there was no internet and you would just make stuff up and people would just believe you?
Yeah.
The good old
days. Could go on like forever because
days.
Nobody ever took the time to do the research to figure out who was correct.
Right, because like you had to go to a library, get an encyclopedia, then go over to the microfilm machine, then scroll through pages and pages of newspapers.
That's a lot of work.
One of these days I'm going to look it up and you're going to be wrong.
Okay, hold on. Does everybody know who Les Nessman is?
I know Les Nessman from WKRP.
Yeah, okay.
Is that who it's from? Is that Les Nessman?
Referring to, right? Yeah.
WKRP.
Yeah. Google is your friend. I'm just curious because when you make references like that, you set your age.
Yeah.
I thought you aged yourself with the Dickie Goodman reference.
I was going to say, yeah, he kind of went back there.
That was early 70s, right? That was like 1970. When did Jaws come out? 74?
77. Right? No, that's Star Wars.
It was 74.
76?
No, it's 1975 Jaws came out.
75.
That's when this song came out.
Back to Johnny Fever and Venus Flytrap.
Johnny.
Do you remember the concept of the show was they had to hire the programming director who came in to try to save the radio station?
No.
Anyways.
Was that the concept of the show?
Yeah. To Josh over at the Cap Cave, who had the raft last week.
Whoa.
Winner chicken dinner.
That.
Ding, ding, ding.
What do you think?
Gee whiz, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, wow, that's
that turn out.
Cool.
That is fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
So
please
take him off here.
I love that Jabba, man. I wish I bought one.
Yes, tell it.
All right, so all this is just that XPS foam.
Yep.
And I cut it to size, shaped it, glued two pieces together to get the thickness that I was looking for.
Yeah.
The throne pieces are 3D printed, so I 3D printed those and painted them. I got to get little rings for them to put them in their mouths.
Yeah,
You can see the seam there if you really get in, but spackled it. So first time I'm working with this foam and painting it, I was actually pretty impressed with how it takes in, and it doesn't really repel it that much. It's pretty
right.
Do you
pretty
prime it
forgiving.
before you paint it?
I did prime it with some spray paint, and then this is just like some khaki acrylic, some brown acrylic. I did the lines. I followed the guide for the Hasbro one that Hasbro's getting ready to bring out. So I just kind of freehanded that with a ruler and went for the shape that they had going and kind of the tones that they had going on top. So really happy with how it turned out. Looks great.
That looks really good. I like the fact
yeah.
that you put that salacious chrome on there too. Or that's the from the sideshow version, right? And
Yeah, so
you
that's
scaled down for Black Series. The Comic Con release that has that salacious chrome and the little board and the Java is, I think, like over $300 or something like that.
yeah.
So doing this yourself just saves a boatload of money and gives you an awesome diorama piece. That looks fantastic.
Did you 3D print the Salacious?
Yeah, the 3D printed Salacious. If you go to my website, way back when, I actually did
I
a
remember
video.
you doing that
Yeah.
on your YouTube channel, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The texture, man, love it. Everything.
Yeah, it's so cool. You just gonna do pillows now, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, not the pillows so much as like the blankets underneath, and there's some pelts
Yeah.
that he apparently has. I still have to find the hookah and the rail that he has. I haven't been able to find a decent 3D printed version yet that I could print out myself, but once I find that, I'll add it.
So with the hookah piece, you could use, like you go to those machines where you get the little plastic things out. You can
I
use
thought
those
about
for
that.
the cups, right? And
Like
then
the prize bubble.
Oh, right.
and maybe like IKEA has some sort of like a spice rack type thing where they might fit in there, and you can just trim around the circles to get the shape.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I'm
that
thinking
looks really
about it.
good. So did you do a head swap on your Leia?
No, I did not do a head swap on my Leia. Which
What's
one did you
Bailey
use? The new one?
Yeah, I used the one from the ceremony one that they just came out with.
Does it work all right?
I had to make some modifications to the ball joint. And then, of course, the ponytail's not the same, but the existing ball joint, I cut in half. And then I drilled a hole, and then I took a second ball joint, cut like it flat on the lower third, but left the stem, and then I glued that down into the half of the ball joint that I had cut off. So it's like added like just another half of a ball joint on to get the head to sit in the right place. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
I don't know if I can bring myself to do that.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to destroy a figure too.
Especially from the first series.
Not with that figure.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out pretty good, and then that way you still get the articulation in the head.
Was she first series or second series?
I don't know, but you still get the articulation in the head.
Looks great.
And if they're not going to make another one, I mean, right? That's going to be the only way to get an updated head sculpt.
I don't understand how they can't make another one.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't actually do any homework, unfortunately. What do you mean?
just described
why
one.
they're
You
not
could say
going to
that
make
was your
one?
homework.
Yeah, you could have just easily said that you did that. Hey.
Yeah, you could have with the head swap, just pulled out a random figure.
Hey, so what I want to do is I'm going to show you guys this. This is Affinity photo. I use this on the iPad. I think I had showed this off before in a live stream, but this is Red Ranger Chris had taken this picture. Now he takes a picture in front of like usually a white wall with like his baseboard. You can see the baseboard on the bottom right there. And so one of the things I like about this Affinity photo is that if you click right here on the left where you have the eraser, there's an eraser brush and a background eraser. And if you click the background eraser, you could do something like come down here and be, let me turn, yeah, where you can like be erasing this, and it won't erase the figure. It'll just erase like the first color basically that you touch. So it makes it a little bit easier to remove all the background instead of having to do like a green screen. And then with that, you can add, I've already kind of done it, but you can see there's like another page here. You can add the background in from another picture, and then you could just touch up like, you can just
tune in next time where we figure out how to use Affinity Photo.
Yeah, you can just touch up the pieces that you're taking, right? And then, I mean, it looks okay right there, but I'm going to show you, like, I use this extra app called Lens FX, and I have it kind of loaded right here. It's on my home screen. Darn it.
Are those your feet, Vern?
No. And then if you click on this effects, this app right here doesn't require any, like, subscription. That's kind of one of the reasons I use it. And it also has this, like, lightsaber blade. So once you pull it up, you can hit the edit and you can change the color over to like red, and then you just manipulate it with your fingers or whatever and drop it on your blade, and then you can go back and hit a different layer and then go back to effects. And I do these like lens flares, and I try to change like the color, and then you can add those like right here just to give that a little bit more glow effect. Get another layer, and then do another one for the other blade type of thing. And then you'll want to move that down to here. You can resize it just by pinching. And then I'll add in this blue saber just because.
What's the name of this app?
Can you guys? It's called Lens FX, and I use it on the both the iPhone and the iPad. And then you can say, got that, guys, and then that's Kenobi's, and then I can change that to more like a blue. It doesn't really make like a really good blue saber, but it makes that nice blue glow with like the white. And then you want to make sure you click a new layer every time, because otherwise you'll be taking away the thing you just did. And here's like blue, and so you got like, basically you got your sabers, and then they have these other filters that you can add like on top, and then to sort of help hide some of the imperfections. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and you can export that just by hitting that button and saving it to the camera roll. And what I do is I use this other program called Glitch Studio, which is also free. Or not free, but it doesn't have a, I think it might be free, but it definitely doesn't have a subscription. So here I'm loading that into the Glitch. And the reason I like using this one is because once you load it in, if you go over to this filters down on the bottom, you can pick different moods for the picture. And then it's a real easy to take some away or whatever. And I usually use like, I like this nostalgia one. You get like this like little look for it. And if you wanted to do different stuff, you can go back and you can do like a distortion on it. You can do like an old TV kind of distortion, and you can export these as like GIFs or something like that if you wanted to. And I think that's like a real easy way on your iPad or iPhone to just edit up some pictures. And I just wanted to quickly just show you kind of the stuff that I do. If I see somebody's picture on Twitter or something like that, and I've done it like, people will put up their action figure photos and they're a little bit like, you know, just in front of a blank wall. I pulled some people's pictures down, added special effects, changed the background out, and then reposted it on them. And usually people like it. And I got the idea from
$5,
No, but I think it's like just a really easy way. If you have your tools, you're sitting around, you're not doing anything. I usually do it when I'm just sitting around watching TV. It's kind of like relaxing to do. I don't have to come up here and like take my own pictures. I just go through Twitter. I'll find somebody who's just showing off a picture of the day. I'll take out the table in their kitchen and stuff like that. And then if it's Boba Fett, and then try to throw background, you can add some flame effects on Boba Fett or something like that. Some lasers, you know, stuff like that. And I think it turns out pretty cool.
They don't have that app on the Android. I just looked.
They don't? The Lens
They have
FX?
a video one. It's like Video FX or something like that.
I'll find a good alternative for Android, and I'll post a link or whatever, and I'll let you guys know what I find. I don't really use Android at all. I'm all Apple for now, so we'll see what happens, because they're just not coming out with a foldable phone yet, so they're a little bit behind the curve. But anyways, I was gonna do so.
Like Mrs. Spock.
I am working on a stop motion video, by the way. There was no way it was going to get completed. But I took out my Sentinel, and I'm kind of doing a battle between the Sentinel and some of my Star Wars figures in a stop motion. So I'm hoping to get that done in the next maybe week or so, and maybe for the next show, it'll be ready to go. So that's my plan for that. Yeah.
So when I do stop motion, I want to do. I can't. I got to do it right then and there and finish it all. So but I got to learn to be patient like you, and like have a project and make it last like months.
Well, so do you use an app for your stop motion, or do you take pictures individually and put them into a program?
No, I do an app. So I just click, just move the figure.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do stuff now with stop motion where like I'll move the camera as I'm doing the motion. So I was working on it before, and I couldn't get it right because I didn't have a shorter tripod. But did you ever see like Mission Impossible, the one where Tom Cruise was promoting it and he was talking about running? There was like a whole running sequence, and I remember like every time he was on a talk show talking about the Mission Impossible, he was like, and I really ran. It was like the greatest stunt ever. And I was like, you ran a block, dude, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why do they keep talking about it? But there was the thing where the camera just followed him running. So he stayed in the center of the frame, right?
Right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of freezing up a bit though.
Okay, I wonder if my internet's like hitting the skids right now.
It's like this.
It's dinner time.
Okay. Yeah, so the camera would move like this along with the background. The background was going, and he was running, and the camera just tracked along with him. So with the stop motion app, that leaves like an onion skinning where it leaves like that image of your last frame. You can theoretically, as long as you keep moving the figure along and then move your camera along with it and just keep them on top of that existing onion skinning, you can make that same effect where the camera moves along with the action. And so what I'm trying to do is the action stays kind of here, but the camera moves around. So you start seeing the front, and then you're moving around to the other side so you can see from the other angle. I'm trying to work on that right now.
Yeah. See, I have
the stop
motion.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a stop motion app too, but I don't think mine does it doesn't how you use your last frame. I can't line up. I don't think it has like the shadow image that you're talking about.
Okay. I use this one called Stop Motion Studios, so I'll send you the link to it because I'm pretty sure
I have the same one.
Android. I think you might have to turn the onion skinning on.
Oh, okay.
Because there's one where the app also allows you to throw in grids and stuff like that, so you can have grids.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Like, so I got that project with the Sentinel that I'm working on, and then I have this idea that I want to do with the GIJOEs now that I got the crocodile. Do you guys remember this show called Cover Up?
No.
So it was in the 80s. This guy, John Eric Hexum, he ended up killing himself by doing Russian roulette with the blanks in the gun. It was a total accident on set, but the show was, he was like an undercover operative working as a model along with these other models, and they would like travel around for these photo shoots, and then they'd get into the adventures or whatever. And like
wasn't Ben Stiller in that one?
No, but him and the camera person, they were involved in the undercover ops or whatever. And the beginning was this whole montage of like, where he comes out of the water in his like camo paint. You know, he's under the water and then he comes out of like the pond water and then grabs the guy. I totally want to try to recreate like that kind of a scene with the GI Joes and stuff like that, and then add in like the croc and stuff like that.
I think stop motion's super fun to do. I tried to get my nephews to do it. I get my nephew. I went over and he came. My family came over from Ohio for this week, so I went and saw them at the beach and yesterday. And I was trying to show them stop motion, how to you know, you can play with your toys or your figures doing stop motion. So I got him a Lego set, and it's kind of like a Transformer Lego, and we were doing stop motion with it real quick. Just, I think it's fun.
Well, how old is he, and do you think he picked it up?
And he's turning 9, I think.
Okay, that's a good age to start thinking about it. If you go back on my channel and you go all the way back where I have these like stop motion 12-inch GI Joe videos called the Action Team ones, I was trying to get my daughter to learn how to do the stop motion. But back then it was like we were outside with like a digital camera and then importing them into the computer and then like trying to figure out which order we took the pictures in. And then we were using a Photoshop app to like add in like the gunfire or whatever and then reinsert the picture and stuff like that.
Did she enjoy it?
I think she liked the end products, but the actual going out and doing it was just too labor intensive for her age.
I tell you, if I was 9 years old playing with my toys like that with stop motion, I would have had a blast.
Yeah.
I think Lego might actually be a good segue too, because you're not trying to worry about, you know, the movements of a 6-inch figure and all the articulation that it has. You're just moving a few joints, so but you can still create something, and you know you can use that more of a how do I want to tell a story with limited movement rather than, you know, trying to do the you know, impressive articulation like Vern does with his Ironmonger and Obadiah figure. That was fantastic. When I showed that to a guy at work, actually, we were geeking out over it.
The King Kong one was really good on top of the building.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how do you get Obadiah to like look like he's climbing into the Ironmonger, right?
You got it.
And then that's why I had to turn the Ironmonger so it just kind of made it look like he did. Leg models. Oh, because I was talking about the models from that show. Models? Lego makes stop motion playsets. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, that's right.
Minecraft used to sell like a stop motion kit that you could get at Target. It was like a little set and it had like little figures and it had a little tripod that you would sit your phone on, and it had like an app and you just took the frames and it was all self-contained. Yeah.
Did they have like a stick figures too? Stop motion thing that you could do? I forget.
Yeah, I think there was one of those too, right? Yeah. Red Robin, Tower of Onion Rings. Okay, Danny, you're gonna have to explain the Tower of Onion Rings.
Onion skin.
You kept talking about onions on your app, so you know, I asked anybody if anybody else liked onions because it made me kind of hungry. And
it's making me
the
hungry.
big tower of onion rings like that.
G-Force had to say something about onion rings, and I was like, oh yeah, the Red Robin Tower. That's all I could think of. The dip that comes with those. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever been there? It's like a tower of onion rings. It's like this tall.
We don't have a Red Robin out here, I don't think.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I do either, but I know.
I think the only time I've been to Red Robin was I was in Georgia for work, and there was one in the mall. I think that's the only time I've been to Red Robin.
Wow. Maybe I guess they're a Midwest chain then.
Yeah. I think and they go east or whatever. But it's also interesting because at the northern border of Florida to Georgia, I call it the border of Florida, that, you know, where Georgia transitions to Florida, in the first couple of cities. What? No, but in the first couple of areas, like you can still get grits, like at Denny's,
really?
but I don't think you get them further south in Florida.
Oh, see, we don't even have a Denny's over here. I'd have to drive a couple hours to get to find one of those. So it's my
every Cracker Barrel on the planet carries grits.
Yes. Speaking of that, right there.
Yeah, but
you see the stop motion?
Think about that.
Jurassic Park one.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
new-
actually really cool with like a
Well,
dinosaur.
They did one.
Oh.
They just did it for the new Comic-Con one where they have the lawyer guy running to the toilet because they have that playset coming.
Oh,
The
okay.
T-Rex, the lawyer, and so they have that all stop motion.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they come out good.
So Comic-Con's going to be kind of interesting this year, right? Because they have this thing called the exclusives portal. And for the first couple of days, it was like I couldn't figure out if it was not working right or whatever. And what they do is typically, like, if you have a ticket for that day, you get like points. It's typically like 12 points if you have like the day. And they have like the Funko booth, UCC, Mondo, and a couple other vendors, and then some signings and stuff like that that are up for grabs in that point system. It's not everything that's available, but that's who partnered with Comic-Con for this portal. And it wasn't letting me, it says you have 12 points to use for the day or whatever. So there was like a signing, and theoretically you're supposed to be able to give yourself 12 chances to get that signing. But every time I tried to load more than one, it wasn't accepting it. And then it wasn't letting me go back and use any of my other points. So it was like really getting messed up. And then like yesterday, it finally started like working. And the cool thing was there was like supposed to be a signing on Saturday with Wesley Snipes. And I was trying to get all of my points to get to that signing. And I finally figured out how to do it. I had all my points allotted for the Wesley Snipes thing. And I looked at it today and it's canceled.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
he's probably not going to make it to Comic-Con. They
Do you have anything better to do?
last minute pulled it. Yeah, I guess. And like, there's no way for me to now move those points to something else.
Oh, no way. You lost all your
Yeah.
points? That's so horrible.
Well, and
Wait.
it closes tomorrow. What?
Would you
Yeah.
say that you should always bet on black?
Oh my
Cash
gosh. And
I couldn't resist.
there's like a WWE meet and greet thing too that I was trying to get for Friday. But there were so many things on Friday, right? There was that. There was like a Gotham panel thing that you could try to get. There was a Jim Lee signing that you could get. And then there's like an Ozzy Osbourne's going to be signing stuff.
So all this.
Like,
went
how
for
do you
Wesley
like not
Snipes?
choose?
Jeez.
Yeah, how do you not choose that one for that day? You know what I mean? So like I ended up putting like all but like 2 of the points on the Aussie, and I was like, oh man, hopefully I can get in there. That would be kind of cool.
Jeez,
But we'll
man.
see. I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Why were you so hard pressed to see Wesley Snipes?
Right, exactly.
Because I wanted to get a Blade figure signed because I thought that would be really cool.
You have a Blade figure?
I was gonna pick one up. Only if I was getting into
Do they have
the
a decent one?
What?
Do they even have a good Blade figure?
They have a
wacky.
Marvel Legends. It's not really that great, but I mean, like, it would be 10 times
Yeah.
better with a Wesley Snipes signature on it. I liked his movies when he was really making movies, right?
Yeah.
I think I probably have seen most of them, and I probably liked all of them until he joined the reigns of the John Cusack, Nicolas Cage style of movies, you know, where they just crank them out for VHS.
Yeah,
I said VHS, didn't I?
Wow.
you did.
When they crank them out for streaming.
Anyways.
Yeah. So I think it would be cool. I mean, like, I think he's kind of iconic in a way, right? Like for like an 80s, 90s actor. And I think
heck
it would be cool to get his autograph. I mean, I don't have what? Go ahead.
I'm not shitting on the fact that you wanted to see Wesley Snipes. I'm just like, where's your connection? Like, where do you connect to Wesley Snipes? Blade sounds like the place. I would have probably been like more Major League because I was a huge Major League fan.
I'm like a Demolition Man, right?
Yeah.
Murder at 1600.
Wasn't there like a Money Train or
those
something
ones.
like that?
Passenger
Yeah,
57.
Passenger
Yeah,
57.
the Money Train was kind of like a little bit like, I think on the downslide for me.
Oh yeah.
But
so you're bashing on my choice.
well, I was waiting for you to say something so I could do that.
Did you see Wesley in Coming to America 2?
Yes.
It was outstanding.
Was he in there?
I actually saw him at Comic-Con one year. I have a picture of him. He was like maybe 10 feet away from me. I think it was right after he got out of jail, I think. Right? And he was like, and I looked over and I was like, could not believe it was him, because you know how everyone says Tom Cruise is short? Well, Wesley Snipes probably isn't any taller than Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah.
It was like a weird like area. It was like right between like some obscure like booth and some comic signing area. And 5 minutes before I saw Wesley Snipes, like Gene Simmons walks through with his kids and everybody's taking pictures, and we're all like watching him walk off into the distance. Then I turn around and Wesley Snipes is right there, and I was like, what the heck's going on? All these celebrities right here, you know.
Like this is
and
your
then the guy from there was a guy from the Fast and the Furious. He was doing a comic book or whatever. I don't know his name, but he was signing comics. He had partnered with somebody and was doing a comic. I think Wesley Snipes was there to support him.
So are you guys looking forward to any figures or anything coming out for the Comic-Con?
I don't know. You guys saw my rant.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
You're talking Hasbro, Star Wars. What about anything else? Is that all you collect?
I'm looking forward to seeing if I can get a poster from the Mondo booth. So this poster that I have behind me is like a limited screen print poster done by Mondo Shop. They're, I think, out of Texas, and they do they get artists and stuff, and they do these posters, and they have this exclusive Black Widow poster that was done for the show. There's only going to be like a few hundred of them. One's going to be black and white, and one's going to be color. One they're going to sell online, the black and white one. The color one they're going to sell there, and I'm kind of hoping to be able to get that one because I really like the way it looks. I think the artist did a really good job. And then they have what's the other? There's a comic book cover that they did. Is that the Doctor Strange? I think is what it is. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Wesley Snipes is a 1/18th scale in real life, according to JT.
Really? That's hilarious.
I thought he was.
Josh, anything for you? Are you looking forward to anything?
I got to be honest with you. Nothing has really. Speaking of Mondo, I loved that She-Ra that they put up. That I think is still currently available. The 12-inch She-Ra that looked absolutely fantastic.
Whoa!
I love that picture.
Sharp.
Great.
So this is the Black Widow. This black and white one's supposed to be online, but the other one's going to be at the con. Here it is. Look at this.
Yeah,
Silver Surfer.
Ooh, that'd look good next to Galactus when you get him.
Yeah. Hey, it's the best on the web.
And then they're going to have these records. They do the records. Look at this thing, the man thing.
They've done a few different versions of that. They've done a few different versions of it. One of them was a blacklight man thing. It looked freaking incredible.
Yeah.
But for $275, it didn't look that incredible.
That's what I'm saying, right? But they are going to have other stuff like pins and stuff. But this Silver Surfer, this poster looks really cool. And this one right here is the one that I'm hoping to get. So we'll see what happens.
Mondo actually just got bought by Funko. Do you know?
Yeah, they did. So they actually announced that they're going to be part of the Funkoville setup. So Funko's also going to have some exclusives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got bought out. They do some good stuff. I mean, they partner. Hold on, let me see if I got this. I'm going to be like Dean right here, but I don't actually have to run anywhere.
Left Coast has he wants the 7-inch. Is it the 7-inch retro Godzilla?
Godzilla, yeah.
Did we already get that one? Oh, that was smaller. Is that the Super 7 one, right?
7?
You got one, right, Vern?
The 7-inch. They did Ultimates now.
So I
Super 7 did an Ultimate of it.
Oh,
I got the glow in the dark one also.
Whoa!
This is a
never even seen that. Oh, dude, that is so cool.
Yeah, glow in the dark version.
They did that in the Ultimate scale, so it's a 7-inch version.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. And this is the box for the
Yeah.
other one.
What?
I like the glow in the dark one. It's like the model.
So
back in
so this
the
was done by
70s.
this was a Mondo, and this is actually screen printed. So if you feel it, it's got like texture on it. But the artist,
Beautiful.
he drew this. This was for the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The record itself is like your typical Mondo style record,
Oh, cool.
where it's like colored.
Whoa.
And then this is actually the soundtrack from the movie, which is kind of cool. And then they came with these what they called playbills. So this is a sign, or these were limited. Not every record had the same one. I ended up getting 2 records when I ordered it, and so these are the 2 that I got. So these are, you know, they're kind of hand drawn or whatever. Yeah, Rocket and Starlight, and on the back they got the playlists for the record.
Hey, Rolando.
So there were some different kinds. Yeah, so I've got a couple of records from them, a couple of different posters. I have Back to the Future poster that was done. It was a limited, and there were 2 versions. I got both versions. One is the DeLoreans in present time, and it's got regular cars and stuff. And one, it's the same picture, only the background art is like he's back in the 50s, and you can see the different style of cars and stuff from the 50s.
Danny, you interested in anything? No, really. Man, I'm drooling over the. Nobody wants to know holds barred. Hulk Hogan and Zeus.
Oh,
Wow,
Is that
look
a
at that.
I will not
Is that
give
another
Hulk Hogan
Mondo
a penny
record?
of my money.
No.
No.
Who's not getting a penny of your money?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know any
Is he
stories about any bad thing about Hulk Hogan. I don't really want to know. I really don't want to know. I try to stay
What do
away.
you mean you don't know any bad stories?
don't
All right.
ruin my childhood icon.
Yeah, I try not to.
Anyways, let's
To me,
see.
it's a character. So
Laser
No Holds
Discern?
Barred was a movie that I grew up with. So.
Rolando.
Yeah, relax.
Well, it's also a WWF production, so that's another
Yeah.
reason I'm not going to support it.
And I want the Jurassic Park,
I think-
that the T-Rex and the guy in the outhouse, the lawyer. So
I
those
just
2
hate
things.
that that's only 3 3/4.
That's what I want. See, that's what I collect, the 3 3/4, because I want to make the diorama scene of the T-Rex. So I just bought another one of the Explorers. So now I have 2 Explorers. So I'm going to have the kids and Alan in one of the vehicles, and then the rest in the other ones. I just want to set up that whole scene, make the wires in the back, have all the greenery. So that'll be one of my points of articulation challenge projects.
Oh, that'll be
Making
cool.
that whole dio.
Excited to see it. I
Guardians
hope you get it just for that reason alone.
Yeah, I hope you do too. The Guardians album was Tyler Stout. I think that was his name.
I haven't seen the new Monsters trailer. Is there a trailer for the Monsters?
I did not
The
know.
Munsters?
Yeah, JT says.
Oh, there's a trailer.
Is there?
Is there?
Is it bad?
I mean,
It's interesting.
Really?
It's very, very interesting. Yeah. There are times where it looks like a terrible, like something you'd have seen on like TBS in the 90s, just like super, super low budget, cheesy, terrible.
Ouch.
But it's Rob Zombie, so I mean, I'm
okay.
going to give him the benefit of the doubt that it's just stylistic, and maybe that's not indicative of what the whole movie is.
So is it supposed to be horror? Because Rob Zombie is more horror, right? Or is it going to be comedy?
No, it's definitely comedy. Yeah,
Really?
no, it's definitely comedy. It seems very much like they're going for a modern update to the Munsters. Good or bad, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting.
I think there are a lot of interesting choices going on nowadays.
And
tell you,
hey, look, you don't have to like everything that's out there. I mean, you can
What?
pick and choose the things, and you can just
Burm wouldn't have a channel if
well,
it'd be like that.
Josh, you have to love everything that everybody puts out. If Hasbro wants to paint every figure that they have in black and sell it to you, You're gonna have to like it.
And white.
I tell you, I am
And then
so glad that I collect other than just Star Wars. I'd be so disappointed if that's all I collected.
I'm excited to get a Hiss tank. That's gonna be fun.
Over
that
60.
HasLab is that is a pretty awesome piece. That HasLab.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty amazing that they were able to make something like that people actually wanted.
Yeah.
I was super surprised.
No, I think more than that, it's amazing that they learned from everybody else's mistakes. And what was everybody clamoring for? They wanted figures. Don't give me a Rancor without don't give me a Rancor without a Rancor keeper. Like, here's a Hiss tank, here's your Hiss tank driver, you know.
So you don't think that what would push that Hiss tank over the top is if they printed out a picture of like a jungle scene and like it was on an island that you could set up behind it? You don't think that would just knock it out of the park? And maybe throw in like a rock and maybe some bones.
No, I think what if this was the Star Wars team putting this out? Hey, you want lights and sounds? That's going to be an unlock.
Yeah, right.
You want a seat belt for your driver? That's an unlock.
So I was thinking about that Hiss tank, and you know how they did with the Striker? They gave you the alternate sticker pack so you could make it like a Cobra, right? What if they gave you like an alternate like sticker pack so that you could make it like a Joe vehicle, and then they give you like a lens cover that would replace the Cobra logo and be the GI Joe one that would like fly on the be on the ground. Yeah, I think that would be kind of a cool.
I bet you could do that, customize
like, add in.
Anyways, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, they showed the Cobra hand, but didn't it say that they had different? It had different projections, right? Wasn't there supposed to be multiple things that you could choose?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't see that. No,
I didn't see that.
It's a great offer. I mean, everybody wanted figures, and they gave you a ton of figures. So as far as I was concerned, I was paying $200 for a Hiss tank and $100 for figures, and that was perfectly okay with me.
Yeah, and that it's a great value. It was a great value right from the start, knowing like how much those Cobra Island figures were going for, and those were like Target exclusives, right? So that a figure that's like an exclusive, that this is the only way you're going to get it, those are immediately going to be valuable. Yeah. I mean,
I'm
even
tempted to order a second one just to flip it.
I mean, even the Sentinel, right? Like these figures right here are still worth a little bit. Yeah. And, you can easily get $50-$60 probably for each of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are just coupons off that big sticker shock of $300.
Could you sell it?
What?
Would you sell it? You, Brian.
What, that figure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to post them eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Dude.
What?
Holy cow. It's the dude. Wow.
He showed up. He's packing for some sort of like vacation.
Vacation time, yeah.
Melakalikimaka, dude.
How could he be calling us nerds?
I know, right? I don't have a basement full of toys.
Why not?
Because I have this room upstairs.
Yeah.
I was looking at video. I put up a video the other day. It was like this shelf, probably like a year and a half or so ago, before it got inundated here, maybe like 2 years ago. And I barely had like those tauntauns and stuff up there. What didn't show was I had all my 3.75-inch GI Joes, and I had them over on this shelf over here, and they were very well spread out. You could see every single Joe, and now those Joes are all in a bucket, and this is like inundated with like Marvel Legends. It's getting the craziest thing how it just
you need a basement
explodes
filled with toys.
I need a basement, so I'm thinking about hiring a crew to come dig a hole under my house.
You don't have a
and
basement?
Build me a basement. No, we don't have basements. We don't have basements out here.
How about attics?
Yeah, I have an attic, but it's not like one you can. It's not like one you're going to build a room in. It's literally like a hole in the hallway. You got to get a ladder to climb up there, and there's about this much space, and it's really just the air conditioning ducts running up there.
You need to rent a storage unit and use that.
No, I will never do that.
Just have your room in there. Just go there
Yeah.
every day and sit in your storage unit.
I will never get to a point where like I have to put stuff in a storage unit or something like that.
No, you'd have it all displayed like a room.
I'll have a garage sale and just put a tote of figures out before that happens.
Guilty.
And just let people pick through for $5 a figure or something.
So you still have the Joes?
I still have my GI Joes as of right now.
You should dig those out someday. Take some shots of them.
Are those the vintage
the
ones?
little ones. I did a video for members on my channel. You didn't see it?
When was it?
It was a while ago. So apparently the only way you could get to the video is through a link, and there's a link in one of the comments down below. It was like, hey, this is what I'm doing with my Joes or whatever, and I kind of show all of them that I had like on the shelf. And at that time, I'm like struggling to figure out what am I going to do with them? Am I going to keep them, get rid of them, sell some, whatever? And I'm still in that debate phase. So my debates usually take quite a while.
They're gone.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I've sold so many things in my time that now I'm like kicking myself.
How many have you gone back and bought again?
Yeah. I really wish are you guys familiar with the adventure team that the GI Joe did? The adventure team line?
Those were what, in the 90s or early 2000s?
No, they were earlier than that, but they redid some in the 90s.
Yeah, Toys R Us had them, right?
I got mine at Walmart, and then I think a Hot Topic had a version, but this is one of the adventure teams. This is the logo that they would have, and they're based on a line, I think that was like 70s and stuff, when they were trying to get out of military and trying to go into some sort of generic adventure Joe figure to kind of capture kids' interest. But I really like, not necessarily the flock, but this look on the head, you know, where the hair is like nearly like in a perfect profile or whatever with the beard, and this outfit. I almost wish the classified line would do a series of adventure team in this like kind of style.
In that size though?
What? No, in the 6-inch.
6. Okay.
Yeah, that's
is this adventure team the original?
That might be, but he's missing. Oh, his logo looks like it fell off his shirt.
Yeah, so that's what that would be.
Yeah, and I think that guy was part of the
he got a scar on his face, right?
Yeah, they all have that scar.
So is it the adventure team that has the scar?
No, they all have the scar.
Hey, Fabulous.
Hey, Fab.
What's going on, Fabulous?
Hello. All of them have that like little scar on their face, pretty much. But that look is, I think, to me, like the classic, because this is what I remember with the Joes.
So Vern, out of curiosity, like, did Little Vern have Little Vern rants where you like shit on the fact that Adventure Team had constant reuse of the same tooling?
The thing is, probably I would have said something like, when I found like one like Dino has, that one's probably like an older one.
Yeah,
and he does not have the Kung Fu grip.
Kung Fu grip.
This is the Kung Fu grip. Dino doesn't have the Kung Fu grip.
What grip is that?
That's crushing your head.
This is the Kung Fu grip, where it's like a hand, like a curved hand, kind of like that, where he can grab your arm and flip you. Both hands are like that. You have the old style. One is built for holding like a weapon or whatever, and one's built for holding like some other type of accessory.
Yeah, those are all mine have that.
So yours does not know any Kung Fu. Just so you know.
How about this G.I. Joe guy?
That is a $6 million man figure. Missing his shoes.
Yours has a Kung Fu grip, but that Kung Fu didn't do him any good because he's still got a scar above his eye.
Yes, he does. I have this one. This is one that I got back in probably the 90s or whatever.
Do you have to press it 6 million times to get his arm to go up? Is that the gimmick?
This is Duke. He's talking Duke, but I think I took the batteries out because I didn't want him to explode. But he he normally says, Destro on the hill, something like that. Move out, it's Cobra.
The wind-up karate chop, is that what that is?
No, that $6 Million Man came with an accessory where it was like some sort of a heavy piece. You would push the button and it was supposed to lift it up. Like he was using his bionic arm. Now, physics, I don't understand the physics behind the bionic arm. If anybody in the chat knows the physics behind it, if you were to pick up a really heavy object and the only thing that was super strong was your arm and it was attached to your body by mechanics, wouldn't it just rip out of your arm socket?
You would think, right?
Yeah, how does the rest of your body compensate for the weight of a car?
Listen here. Now we're just rehashing like old Falcon and Winter Soldier rants. What are we doing here?
Listen, these are the rants that I would have had when the $6 Million Man was on, right? Okay, so he can jump over a building, but when he lands, would his legs not crush into his body?
I'm pretty sure.
This week on Verncast, we talk about nepotism. Why does this hussy get to have her own $6 million bionic woman? What's up with that?
Actually, that was actually one of my favorite shows, The Bionic Woman.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what the $6 Million Man did. He lifted it much faster on the show, and he can run 57 miles per hour.
Hours and hours of fun, man. Hours and hours of fun.
I swear to God, if you put like a cell phone in, if you figured out a way to travel back in time and give a kid in the 70s or 80s for that matter a cell phone, like their head would explode because it would be just way too overwhelming. Be sensory overload.
I think so.
If that was the level of excitement that people ratcheted an arm and it went up so damn slow.
It was my favorite toy in what was it?
Ways of the Sith.
Oh no!
1976.
Look, we all have those things. Like McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Look at they're beautiful. They're beautiful in their simplicity, but they kept us entertained.
They did, right? Let me see.
1973. This came out.
73.
1973.
But I gotta get going, guys. I gotta go put the ducks away. It's getting dark, and the predators will come out.
What?
You've got predators in your area? Can't you like hire some xenomorphs to take care of those things?
Yeah.
Did somebody say Bigfoot?
Right? Yeah.
You know, Dino lives out in the woods. I'm surprised that you are so into horror and then you bought a house out in the woods.
It's not out in the woods. I do have woods in the backyard, but.
And you got ducks and stuff like that. I mean, like, if you looked out your screen door, I bet your screen door is made out of like that stuff that you can easily cut through with like a knife. And like you're looking out and you're like just seeing past where the light of your house is getting. And if you stand there long enough, I bet you see shadows of like, looks like somebody just standing right outside. And I bet you're the kind of person that says, you know what? I think I better walk out there where nobody knows I'm going
with my back
and check it out.
I wonder if Amazon dropped off a package at midnight.
Right.
So I've been playing the game The Quarry for the Xbox. I'm up to chapter 10, and what a good game, man. I absolutely love it. And that's a horror game.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's definitely not what I expected, but it's really good. Yeah, well, I mean, it is and it isn't. But if you like those type of games, check it out. The Quarry.
Yeah.
Do you guys also live like where there's like woods like right in your backyard?
I do, yeah, right. We have a cul-de-sac. I live in a cul-de-sac, so
Dan, Josh, do you live where like you open your back door and there's like just trees like just beyond the area of your backyard and like
there's
into
trees, but it's only like 5 acres or something like that. Then it's
okay, so just 5 acres.
Just 5. Oh, you're all urban, aren't you?
Yeah, like now I can't.
It's all trees.
We used to have an acre. We used to have 2 houses, like almost two acres, like an acre and 3/4, and then beyond our property line was basically just like trails and stuff until you get, you know, like 2 acres to the next house or whatever. So they're spaced pretty good. But we moved down to town, so my yard is literally like a 20-foot by 50-foot rectangle.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
So
live in a
speaking of
subdivision now that's got some trees in the back, but I grew up on what you're talking about. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
That's
Can't
the
trust the
Sentinel
mic.
trying to take down the cityscape.
So speaking of that, Vern, so what's the next challenge?
I don't know. Have you guys been thinking about what you want to do for challenges? Do you want a stop motion challenge?
Why don't we wait for the next one that you miss, and then you can divvy up like Vern's homework assignment to the other three of us, and then we'll do your homework for you.
That'll be the homework assignment. Do Vern's homework.
Weren't we all going to do something where like we come up with an idea and then we all do the same thing to see how our different visions bring out
nothing?
exactly the same thing?
We have been. I think
So.
this
I
last
challenge
competition-
you all three to do the homework that I did, and see how it turns out. Now,
The one that you
20 by
didn't
50
do
is my side yard. Yeah, that's about me.
Yeah.
Okay, so chat,
Wow.
do you guys have any ideas for what our homework should be? That, of course, I probably won't do.
So I put up a bunch of photos on the hashtag on Twitter.
You
I don't
did.
know if anybody else did, but I put a bunch of photos.
Is it
I was trying
POA
to promote
challenge?
it a little bit, showing.
POA
I showed
challenge
most of
22.
them today.
challenge. It's POA challenge, right?
Yeah, well,
POA challenge
22.
22.
Oh. Okay, yeah, because there's a cup of coffee or something.
So, yeah.
I made that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, latest. Should I go latest? Yeah.
$20 challenge. Can't spend more than $20 on supplies for anything you want to make.
That actually
that could work.
That would have been
What if
perfect.
what if we already have the stuff,
Then you're not spending more than $20.
right?
Okay, so this is
That's
your fire, your werewolf.
Ooh,
That was
hey.
last week's.
Oh yeah, you missed that.
oh yeah,
didn't you?
yeah.
I watched it back. That was awesome. I even asked Josh to print one for me, and he just sent me the print file and told me I had a
Do it
3D
yourself.
printer. Yeah, it looks like that's it. All right. So
I should have put mine on.
okay, does that include beers?
The 20
Yeah.
bucks.
$20.
You know what was kind of cool? Like, check this out. So Steve over at Collecting Star Wars, right? He went to a convention. Did you guys see his video? He was showing off. There was like a diorama with a Millennium Falcon and all that kind of stuff. And there were like martini glasses and all that kind of stuff. How about if we do like a diorama piece out of like a throwaway something, like a 2-liter bottle or something like that, to make it look like, a water tower or something like that. Did we do that
Something
already?
out of the recycling bin?
Yeah, something like that.
Just make a prop piece.
Yeah, just like a prop piece that you would put in the back. I mean, like I keep this on my table all the time. I think it looks pretty cool because it's corrugated. It's like stainless. This is actually like a vase that flowers came in for one holiday or whatever. You go to Vaughn's and you buy like the flower and it comes in like this vase. I think it's actually looks pretty cool when you have your action figures next to it because looks like it's metal.
Yeah, I have an idea. It shouldn't be too difficult. It'll be kind of fun.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
That's
I
a
gotta
good
get
one.
going too.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
So thanks everyone.
Okay.
Yes.
So what did we decide on the homework?
Trash.
We're gonna trash
Okay,
into
trash prop piece.
Trash
Okay.
or recycling, something that you upcycle.
Okay.
upcycle.
All right, good.
And it's
All right,
under
everybody,
$20.
Thanks for tuning in to Points of Articulation and watching these three masters at their craft and this guy who just shows up every week and sort of takes credit for all the stuff that they do.
Bunny one, Chico.
Dude, that is so awesome. I don't even want to put my stuff up anyways. That came out so good, Josh.
Well, thank you.
Bravo.
Stay crafty,
guys.
everybody.
Dandy,
All right,
you did
take
a
care,
great
everybody.
job
See you
too.
in
Stay crafty.